Are you enjoying this trip so far?
So far, yes. One game, one win, so it's good.
You had a different partner in Seattle.
Yep.
I know you played with him in the opening night, but then you didn't play with him again. You were playing with Neil the whole rest of the time. How is it different? What's the difference playing? I know you're playing on the other side, but just talk about the difference between playing with Niels and playing with him.
Well, I don't want it to be a big difference because to be honest, it's really not that big of a difference. I mean, they're both good players. Their strengths are probably in different areas of the game. I think Tenner is a really big, strong, solid defender that likes to make the simple plays. Niels is a bit of a more up the ice type of player. Good skater, good vision. So they're a little bit different, but to be honest, I haven't really noticed a huge difference between playing with two of them. They're both really good, so I enjoy playing with both of them.
We all know that we've heard so much about Niels, and you've said he's going to be a great player and all that kind of stuff. What sorts of things does he need to get better at? Does he need to learn as he goes?
It's just time. Like it's hard. Everybody has their own path. Some players, they enter in the league and they're just exploding off the bat, and some players, it takes a few years for them to get their feet wet and learn the league. And I think as a young defenseman who hasn't even played in the AHL, he's doing really good for himself. And to be honest, it's just a matter of time, learning the league, learning the players, learning the systems, learning the difference between playing on the big ice versus the small ice. So that's basically the only thing, I think.
Do you ever forget which one's out there? Because you know what I mean? You're the big guy if you're with Niels, and then obviously if Jared's out there, then it's kind of a little different. So do you ever is there ever a moment where you're like, I should be in front of the net, or I shouldn't be in front of the net,
Not really. I don't want to change my game too much. Depending on if I play with Tenner or if I play with Niels or someone else, I don't want to be a different player. I want to play the way that I'm playing. When I'm playing with Niels, obviously I want him to trust his instinct and get up the ice and join the rush, because that's his strength of his game. So yeah, be a little bit more wary of that maybe, but no, it's not that big of a deal, to be honest.
You've only been his teammate for a couple months, but what have you made of Adam Fox in the short time that you've been around him?
He's great. He won the Norris last year, so that obviously tells you something, and it's pretty impressive for doing that early in his career. And on the ice, just his poise with the puck. He's really good defensively too, which it's hard to be great at both sides of the puck, but he is. I haven't really seen him a ton before I got here, so that's when you really see what he does every shift, every game, every practice. That's impressive, and he's a world-class player.
You also come from Colorado.
Yeah.
They have a pretty good young defenseman out there too.
Absolutely.
How do you compare them style-wise?
Cale, I would say, is his skating is very explosive. So he beats guys up the ice, and he's just he's very, very dynamic, and his skating really separates himself to other players. I think Fox, he plays with his head a lot, like his IQ. He's got a great stick. His vision on the ice, the way he sees plays, is that's where his strengths are, and they're both unbelievable players. So they're just a little bit different.
In general, how would you evaluate the defense as a whole? What things do you feel like you need to be doing better? What things do you think are working for you guys?
I think overall it's been pretty good. I think sometimes in our D zone maybe that we can get the pucks out a little bit better, and because sometimes I feel like we get stuck. That's happened a few times, but I think overall it's we're playing the way we want to play, but that's also a little bit matter of time. Is get comfortable in your system and what do the coaches want from us every day, and then not get stuck in old habits basically. But I think we're playing pretty good. And Chesty's obviously been lights out for us.
Has the start of the season met your expectations in coming to the Rangers?
What do you mean exactly?
As far as how well the team has played?
Yeah, I mean, I think, to be honest, when I got here, I didn't really have like a set bar of expectations. I think we're competing hard. I think we're trying to do the right things, and you know, our record is good. I think we can play even better. I think when we do play the way we want to play, I think we're a really good team. And I think if we can do that more on a consistent basis, I think we're going to be even better.